If you don't talk to somebody you don't trust, chances are they may reveal your issues somewhere else. That's why I want to say, talk to somebody you what? You trust. Because when you talk to somebody, when you open up to somebody, when you share with somebody and tell them what you are going through, it helps. You can then be helped. But if you don't talk to anybody, you keep everything to yourself, you continue to struggle with the mental disorders. By the time we come to realize when everything has fallen apart, let me tell you, mental disorders are gradual. These are things happen to us and it is gradual. That's why sometimes, because of what you have gone through, either in your own family, or even here at school, or in the neighborhood, whatever you've gone through, whether good or bad, sometimes if not helped, it begins to affect you. Many of us, when we perform very well, even nobody says thank you. Nobody even says you've done well. They just look at your results and say, okay. Yet you are expecting something like thank you. Good result, not so? You feel hurt, not so? Now, when we go through those painful moments, you have a basic need. You need something, but somebody doesn't give you whatever you need. Chances are, you get angry. And this anger begins to affect you. That's why out of the too much stress, some people then begin to abuse substances. Some of you have been drinking this thing because of stress. True or false? True. When you feel so stressed, you can't talk to somebody, you can't share with anybody, you feel shy. Before you know it, you say, oh, I feel I'm not myself, let me charge myself a bit. Before you know it, you go for this. You think you're solving a problem, but you're adding a problem for the liver. As we saw. You're adding a problem for the liver. Mental health issues are real, but like I said, treatment is there. Recovery is possible. And one of the ways to treat it is simple. Talking to somebody. Getting counsel from somebody. Good enough, you have the senior women around, you have the matron around, you can talk to them. If you're a lady, if you fear talking to the male teachers. If you're a male student here, you can talk to the male teachers. Whatever you're going through, talk to them. That's number one. Number two, when it becomes severe, then we might need to put you on medication. And there are different types of medications for mental illnesses. Because different mental disorders affect different people. There are different types of mental disorders. Like I said, we have depression, for example. We have anxiety disorder. We have bipolar. We have alcohol use disorder. We have epilepsy. And many more. So, different of these have different medications. And then above all, you must pray. Wherever you pray from, you must be able to pray. That's why managing mental health issues, managing stress and so on, takes a simple song, which I know some of you sing as well. There's a song we normally used to sing in choir. Let the living waters flow over my soul. Let your Holy Spirit come and take control in every situation that has troubled my mind. All my cares and burdens unto you I roll. Why? There are situations, there are circumstances, there are things we go through that affect our mind. Now, when the mind is affected, then our mood is affected, our thought is affected, and also our behavior is affected. So, but like I said, please, treatment is there, recovery is possible. If you know anyone who is struggling, like in a class, you know a colleague who has been struggling with whatever issue, please support them. Number two, let us not laugh at them. Let's break the stigma around mental health. When somebody says, I don't sleep, I don't eat, I think I'm not mentally well, don't laugh at them. But instead support them to receive treatment. Now, right now, we run programs on mental health in Arua, where I come from. And I can tell you, we've seen people who once upon a time were mentally ill, walking naked, but now they are okay. I've also seen people who have gone through our hands, who were eating from the dustbin, mentally ill, eating from the dustbin. And we've picked them from there, we've supported them with the treatment, with the psychotherapy, with the counseling and the prayer. Now they are okay. Anybody, as long as you have a brain, you can have a mental health problem. Even Jesus had it. Yes. In the Bible, read your Bible very well. Even Jesus had a disorder. Jesus even had a problem. That's why he even came to his disciples and said, please pray for me. At least you remember that story. When he said, pray for me. Yeah? We all go through problems. We all go through problems. Even kings suffer mental illnesses. As long as you have a brain, you can have mental health problem. That's why one of the easiest causes of this is lack of basic needs. If you lack a basic need, something you really want, and this something is not there, you'll be stressed, right? You want something, and this something is not there. You become worried. If you're not very careful with that worry, anxiety comes in. When anxiety comes in, depression comes in. Now, somebody you miss a lot, you always say, oh, daddy, I love you, daddy. Not the day you know that daddy is not your daddy. And then that's when you know that, are you sure? The day you begin to feel rejection and you feel rejected, then they begin to tell you no. Impossible, you cannot do it. You will never be ABCD. You will never amount to anything. You are useless. All those bitter words, all those things, when this rejection comes, it takes root in your life, chances are you begin to develop mental breakdown. True or false? True. So every one of us can go through mental health challenge. But the good news, like I said, is help is available. Don't keep quiet over your issues. Find somebody you trust, talk to them. Find somebody you believe in, share with them. If it becomes severe, seek for other alternatives, which include get a counselor. Talk to the counselors. Seek psychotherapy. And if it is getting more severe, then medications will have to work. But it is a gradual process, like I said. It is a gradual. One thing adds and keeps adding. That's why if you don't engage early, then things fall apart. That's why I want to encourage all of us, please, let's have early interventions. Early interventions for depression, for anxiety, for trauma, alcohol and substance use, and so on. They help us a lot. When we engage early, we don't suffer a lot. You see, I've just told you, a few minutes ago, we had alcohol here. The different brands of the alcohol had their own piece of liver. Because of early intervention, I removed one liver which had burnt white, remember? I pressed it out. Now it is getting back its normal color, as I had said. Because of an early intervention. Because of an early intervention, your life can be preserved. Because of an early intervention, life can become easier and better and better and better again. But when we take it too long, things will keep going from bad to worse. If you are here honestly, you know what you are going through. I want to challenge you, please speak up. Speak up, speak up, speak up. You will be helped. You are not alone. I want to say it again. You are not alone. I know some of you could be here and you are struggling with the trauma. You know, trauma comes when you didn't expect something to happen, but then this bad thing happens. Okay? Trauma is a bad thing. Trauma is a bad, terrible thing. Because if we don't treat it, if we don't manage trauma early, then the impact will be big on us in a long period of time, as time moves. So, I want to challenge all of us. Like I said earlier, you are as sick as the deepest secret that you keep to yourself. So, challenging yourself, what is that you have been struggling with? What are those questions you have never answered? You have this unanswered question in your mind, and you're always worried about it. Every time you think about your life, will I make it? Will I even make it? Am I good enough? Sleepy, tap on them a bit, so that they don't completely sleep. Now, I know some of us growing up, we were given different names. Some of us were told we were pigs. That's why some of us were told, we were even called Mbizi Kwe. Mbwa Kwe. You dog. Mulambo Kwe. You dead body. Muzimu Kwe. You demon. Which other one? Mbizi Kwe. Musiru Kwe. And before you know it, these things affect all of us. Along the way, things begin to fall apart. You begin to look at yourself. After all, I'm a dog. After all, I'm a pig. But today I want to announce to you, don't let people... And if you have been struggling, like I said earlier, please know that you are not alone. All of us, we've struggled. This is one of my books, of my true story. This also is my book. So far, I've published 8 books. All of my stories. You are not alone. You could be going through a crisis, but I want to announce to you, the problem you are going through is only going to take you to a better place. So don't lose hope. Everything is here. Everything will still be good. Can I get now questions? Questions, 1 or 2 comments or questions. Then I give us one more homework. If you can't ask me, I must ask you. Any question from anyone or comment? Any question or comment? Okay, let me not be the one to ask. Since you have refused to ask me, let me not ask you. What have you learned? Just one thing that you have picked. Don't sing in the chorus, one by one. Is that a hand up or you're just putting a pen? Okay. What have you learned? One thing that you have picked.
Challenges facing our mental health and how to overcome them.
We've looked at the challenges that affect our mental health and how we can overcome them. Good?
I've learned to talk to someone when I'm facing a certain problem.
She has learned to talk to somebody. Who else has learned something? Yes.
I've learned that the liver is the only organ that cannot be transplanted.
Yeah. The liver, you must take care of the liver. Why? Because you can't transplant it. Yes, another hand there.
I've learned to accept myself the way I am.
Very good. Accepting yourself the way you are. Another. Yes.
I've learned that there's always hope.
There's always a hope. Always. Always there's a hope. And I want to also say this. Please, wherever you are, never walk alone. Another hand. Yes, there's a hand there. Send me the mic.
I've learned that the problems we are facing now are leading us to better places.
You're not in the frame.
I've learned that don't let people's opinion about you define who you are.